And here we go. Straight from Toys Ensemble. And it absolutely came through just amazing and in very, very good shape, all the way from Hong Kong. Highly recommend Toys Ensemble. And there it is, baby. The DX34 in all of its glory. Let's take off this sleeve. Wow, that looks good. Does the figure look as good as what's on that sleeve? And would you look at that, baby? There is the DX34 art box in all of its glory. And you can see right there, still have that other sleeve on the very bottom of that box as I pulled it off like that. The box is in great shape. What great packaging it is for a DX. So definitely very, very high level packaging. Now we're going to take this dust cover off. The dust cover is awesome. And when you take that off, wow. Would you look at that, my friends? And it is just such an amazing experience to unbox these artisans. When you see that mason jar, that little display case that the head sculpt comes in, it just gives you goosebumps. It sends chills, baby, up and down your spine. And even under all that plastic and under that case, encased in that, it looks good. And this body doesn't look too shabby either, my friends. And what an experience unboxing these exclusive artisans. It is such a treat. And here we go. Anticipation. How is this going to look? We're going to see if we could take this top off. There it is. Oh, baby. I can tell you that this thing is every bit worth every single penny. I am so thrilled with this release. The force is strong with this head sculpt, baby. Because this is, and I've had the dark side Anakin. This is just at another level, my friends. It just is. As are so many of these artisan figures thus far, and these in-art figures. It's like I have Hayden Christensen in my collection room. And I don't know, it's like he was shrunk down in size. And I've got an actual portrait. In no way does this remind me of a toy. Even though these are called Hot Toys. And this is just straight out of the Mason box, baby. And look at that there. And I'm giving this to you with about as raw lighting as I can so you can see exactly what I am experiencing, my friends. And I try to give you very, very high close-ups because this is very, very sharp and detailed. And I'm going to try and adjust the lighting so it gets a little darker and a little lighter. So you can get a real taste of what you're in for. It's like a real human head sculpt, baby. And this wool hair that is high grade and with the rooted implantation technology where they go through the tedious process of implanting this hair. And that is exactly what they do. It gives a level of realism that is just out of this world. And change the lighting a little bit there, my friends. Kind of give you some different hazes and shadows along his profile there so you can gaze a look at it. I didn't play with the eyes too much with this. Move them around a little. They work good. You'll see later in the video that I do play with the hair a little bit. And let me tell you, you can kind of style this hair in so many different ways to be able to capture different scenes from the Revenge of the Sith. But just look at that. And honestly, this is what it's all about. Giving me a profile like this, Hot Toys, kudos to you. Because by far, this is without question now the greatest Star Wars action figure I have in my collection. And I did part ways with the Dark Side Anakin. I sold it in anticipation for this. And of course, a Dark Side Anakin version of this that I believe will be coming out. And this is just, as much as I love that figure, and that figure is awesome, this is just on a level that makes this an ancient action figure. There's the back of his hair we've been looking at here. Just so good. Just what an amazing job. Let's take a look at some of these other... Let's take a look at the body. You can see the bottom of the feet there. I really wish they would have went leather on this. That is not something I'm thrilled with. Of course, I have a climate-controlled room. Dehumidified, climate-controlled in many, many ways. Look at that there. Great fabric. I mean, it's great, great stuff. I just... My pleather does not deteriorate with the way I have my room controlled, but I really just wish they would have done it. You can see that there. It's really, really nice. It's a sturdy, heavy piece. The fabric feels really, really good. Of course, you know, not leather. Seems like it's pleather there. But taking a look at that, kind of giving you another view here, a little bit of an upward angle. Yeah, just a fine, fine figure. Fine, fine figure. Looks dazzling. Looks absolutely, absolutely dazzling. Kind of lift this up here a little bit so you can see underneath. Even when you feel this fabric, it's really, it's kind of like an upscale in a way. It feels heavy. There's nothing cheap about that material. Again, I just wish, you know, those parts there that were leather in the boots, that they just were. But they're not. Cape is cool. You'll see that on there in a little bit. For sure. We're going to flip this over to the back side now. Just so you can see the back of them and the back of the figure. Pretty much what you would expect. Very, very nice there. Just kind of going up, giving you a look at the back. Great detail on the belt. And the accessories there. Nothing too out of this world. And you can see the top part of the figure. Took the hands out so you can see there. Great detail on the hands. You got the gloved ones, of course. You got the ungloved. You got the robotic arm there. Nice job. Nothing too crazy here, but it looks really, really nice. Trying to give you up close and high res there. So you can see that. And of course, you got your LED lightsaber, which is really cool. And you can see that pack there. Although you can only really do it with Anakin's lightsaber. I wish they would have included the Count Dooku one that way. So that and the leather are a couple of things that I just wish they would have included. Maybe with the a dark side version they can, I don't know. I guess, whatever, they'll give you leather, I don't know, but yeah, very nice. Still, Dooku's lightsaber looks good. You can see that there. You can see the 4 different blades. Put that on the table there for you. So you can check that out. Kind of standard, but you can see there. And And then you're going to see this base here is really nice. I do not miss these sand bases or plain bases. These are really cool. These new round circular bases that they've been coming out with. This is nice. Definitely very nice. Indeed. And it has some good texture on the surface. So, I think it really stands out. Definitely a quality base. Not too much. Nothing too crazy. Over the top. But it's sleek. Slick. I like it. I definitely like it. And again, I don't miss those sand bases with the footprints. I'll take this over that any day of the week for sure. And here he is on the figure and playing with the hair a little bit, which honestly didn't take very, very much. It's almost like it's posable. You know, like a wired cape. I'm going to be real honest with you. You can puff it out. You can push it in without much effort. And gosh darn. See him with the cape there. It is just amazing. Look at that. Just look. I mean, I can't even tell you what it means to me to have this kind of a quality Anakin in my 6-scale collection. I'm just not going to be able to stop looking at this every time I come into my man cave, I'm being honest with you. Every conceivable angle, and I've been moving up and down, and to the right and to the left, and a little here and a little there, and it's just him in every conceivable angle. And Hot Toys has just hit another level. You know, with InArt, these are just looking more and more human. And again, look at that whole body there, though, with the... I mean, it's just... it's insane. That is insane. I hope the Luke looks this good. I really, really do. The Dark Empire Luke, and I think we're going to get a bunch of variations off that. Here you go, up close. Up close. In his face. And wow. I mean, there ain't nothing average about this. I mean, I understand. I wish it was leather. I understand. I wish the Count Dooku would have a light-up feature LED as well. But because of this portrait and how easy it is to move this hair, it's like a cape. It's like a wired cape. It's just easy. I have to give this a 10. If it had the leather, I'd give it an 11. If Dooku's saber was light up, I'd give it a 12. This is, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here from 6-Scale Cantina, an ancient action figure. As are all of those you've seen right there. So, as I usually do, I didn't want to pull the Gandalf out, but I'll show you him in a minute in the cabinet above. But here's your rooted hair buffet. And she is so good. How does Anakin compare to all these? And that Heath Ledger is so good. So good. So good. Look at that, baby. Another level. Miniature human beings here. Ain't nothing to tell you about that. That's the best Wonder Woman right now in the galaxy. You know, like that Aragorn. You know, when I got this Aragorn from InArt, I really had to play with the hair. And you play with it, you can move it, but you know, it works. That's by far the best pirate I've ever seen. The best pirate I've ever heard of. That's an artisan. And looking at this, is this the greatest action figure of all time? Does this beat Heath Ledger? Does it beat Jack Sparrow? does it beat the Gandalf? I didn't feel like having him fall off the magnet there and it just work. He's amazing. All of these are. You can see I've got the I'm collecting the whole Lord of the Rings rings line from InArt. But you can see this right here. See that? I'm getting most of these artisans from Hot Toys. This may be the greatest action figure for me. This Anakin. Yeah, it looks just like him from the movie. Just like that, looks just like Jack Sparrow from the movie. It's worth every penny. I give this a 10. If you want this figure, it's limited to 3,000 pieces. You would not be disappointed, my friends. Just look at that. You would not be disappointed. Stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty. You may want to consider, joining the channel. I appreciate your support if you do. It's only $3.99. And I've got a brand new episode you can see here. When you go to the homepage, you'll see the recent YouTube channel video podcasts. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. This just came out. This just came out late on Sunday. And you don't want to miss this. Come join the channel right now and check this out. Why Jabba's Prisoner Leia is coming. An insider extra exclusive. So, I really dive into a lot of things, and I show you some trends that are going on, in the marketplace, and in the primary market, not the secondary market, with merchandise that is out right now, that is licensed by Disney and Star Wars, that have the likeness of Prisoner Leia. You're not going to want to miss this episode. It's an insider extra. It's up right now. It's the latest video. Just $3.99. If you're looking to support me with everything that I do, with these crazy intros and all the production I put in here and all the research I do, best way to do it is just join the channel. Just $3.99 a month, and then you get to go see my review on the DX34 Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's another recent one as well, just from a couple weeks ago. But this brand new one for Prisoner Leia, come check it out. And all you got to do is click on the little join button here on the channel, and then you can go ahead and become an official 6-Scale Cantina Ancient Action Figure Theorist. Or you can go right to the Support 6-Scale Cantina SSC button right up here. You can see, become an official Ancient Action Figure Theorist, $3.99 a month, and you get to see that video. So you do have to wonder. So you do have to ask yourself, is it possible?
And I say, yes.
Ancient action figure prophecies foretold.
Is it indeed possible?
Hey.